Hello friends, today we're gonna talk about a disturbing film that came out in 2021 called Antidote. Guys, the story of this movie is absolutely fantastic, and there's a twist in it that's gonna blow your mind. You're gonna love it. So make sure you watch this video all the way to the end. This film was suggested to us by Mr. Mohit Bisht, so shout out to him from our side. Right at the start of the movie, we see a guy named Nico who hangs himself and takes his own life. Then the story jumps forward a few years and we're introduced to a woman named Sharon in the city. She's married and suddenly she gets this unbearable pain in her stomach. Sharon has a daughter too who gets super worried seeing her mom's condition. Her husband rushes her to the hospital, where they admit her right away. The doctor tells Sharon that her appendix has ruptured, so they're gonna have to operate on her. A nurse comes up to her husband and says if he wants to head home, they'll take care of Sharon here. But he tells her no, he's gonna stay right there and wait for Sharon. A little while later they will Sharon into the operating theater, and the surgery happens. When Sharon's eyes finally open, she finds herself in a totally new place, her hands strapped down to a stretcher. She's shocked and wonders where the hell she is. Then a doctor comes over and unstraps her hands. He tells her he knows she's super confused right now, but little by little, all her questions are gonna get answered. After he leaves, Sharon checks her stomach and it's completely healed. She's stunned. How did this happen so fast? She was just in the operating theater and now she's here? When the doctor comes back with some meds for her, she asks him straight up how her stomach healed so quick. He explains that they have this amazing method here where they can heal patients in just a few minutes. He hands her some pills and says if she takes them, it'll ease her anxiety. But she doesn't trust him one bit. She shoves him away and tries to run out of there. Some doctors grab her and lock her back in her room. Sharon's totally lost, no clue where she's ended up. She demands to talk to her husband and daughter, but the doctor says no one's coming to get her here. He locks her in her room and walks off. Then she hears this old man screaming bloody murder. When she goes to the window, she sees they've gouged out his eyes. She's horrified. What the hell is going on in this place? From the next ward over, a patient slips her a note on paper that says his name and who he is. He even passes her a pencil to reply. She asks what hospital this is and he writes back that it's not a hospital at all. The next day the doctor comes back to ask her some questions. He tells Sharon she needs to fill out this form about her past. She refuses, yelling that she's not telling him squat. He asks what mistakes she made in her past, but she clams up and screams for them to let her go. The doctor says if she's honest with him, he'll let her leave. Then she spots the note from the other patient in their conversation. He warns her not to try that, it's against the rules. He takes her to another room and explains this isn't a hospital. It's a facility and wandering around is strictly forbidden. If they catch her roaming, they'll torture her. He leads her to a checkup room where other patients are waiting. He introduces her and warns her to stay away from one patient named Sai because he might do anything to her. She meets another guy who's a lawyer. He tells her that when he talked to her yesterday they caught him and cut out his tongue. Sharon asks how he's even speaking now and he says his tongue grew back overnight. That's their trick here. She's floored and thinks he's joking. Then she asks what this place really is. He explains that they do experiments on people here. They've burned him alive 3 times already, then treat him so he heals up normal again. There's another guy there who wants to talk to Sharon, but Cassandra warns her not to, says he's a total jerk. Then a doctor shows up and sends everyone back to their rooms. A bit later, Sharon looks out the window and sees 2 doctors drag that guy away in beast form. Nico comes to her room and says he gets that she's confused too. He thinks it's some program where they experiment on people, and if she's dreaming of escaping, forget it, everyone's tried and failed. The doctors here are twisted. They torture folks and in 3 months they'll let him go. Just then the 2 doctors bring the guy back, blood pouring from his gut. Sharon asks what they did to him. He tells her to go see for herself in his room. She does and sees they've cut off his private parts. Then the doctor comes and gives him a serum. Sharon asks why they're doing this to him, and the doctor says he's not the one doing it, Sharon's the one making it happen. She's shocked and goes to Cassandra, begging her to help her escape if she knows a way out. Cassandra says there's no exit from here. Sharon sneaks out anyway, hunting for a way out. A doctor spots her wandering and stops her, saying she can't leave. He drags her back to her room and shows her a photo of Nico's body, the same guy who offed himself at the movie's start. He asks if she knows him. Sharon says if he lets her talk to her husband, she'll spill everything. He agrees to the deal, so she tells him Nico was her boyfriend before she got married. They were in love. But one day he killed himself because he got busted for drug trafficking. The doctor asks if she knew about the drugs. Sharon swears she had no idea. After that, she calls her husband, but the phone's busted. She chews out the doctor for breaking his promise, and he says no phones work here anyway. Later, Sharon sneaks out again, searching for an exit. She heads to the main lobby with other patient rooms, and from one she sees her old boyfriend Nico walk out. She's blown away. He died 10 years ago. How's he alive? Doctors catch her wandering, drag her to her room, and chop off one of her legs. It hurts like hell, but soon the doctor reattaches it. She asks how he fixed her leg so fast, and he points to the serum dangling behind her. They call it BMS, and it's got this power. That healing serum fixes any injury in hours, no matter how bad. Sharon asks why they're so destructive, and he says they're not. They're helping people heal, but in their own way. Sharon flashes back to when Nico died. A detective came to question her, and that detective was her future husband. They fell in love later and got married. The next day, that guy from before shows up, all healed. She asks how, and he says the serum grew his private parts back good as new. She figures these are military folks experimenting to heal wounded soldiers fast. She tells Cassandra she saw her dead boyfriend here, alive after 10 years. Cassandra, shocked, goes to the doctor and demands when he'll let him go. He knows a guy who's been here 10 years? How can he say 3 months? The doctor tells him to chill. He'll explain everything. He takes him out. Other doctors grab him, cut out his tongue, and stick it back in. Then we flash to the past. The detectives grilling Sharon, asking where she was when Nico died. She says she was home. He asks if Nico was a drug addict and if she knew about his stash. She insists she knew nothing. Back in the present, Sharon's reliving these memories and notices her legs fully healed. She bolts to Nico's room and finds his piano, the one where cops found the drugs. Sai follows her, trying to cut her hair, but hears someone coming and hides. Sharon slips out, sees a jungle through the window, thinks it's her way out. She opens the door, but it's just a wall. The jungle's a painting. Shocked, she heads back to Nico's room, scratches her room number on his piano so he can find her. But then Nico hangs himself right in front of her. She's horrified, and the doctor rushes in to calm her. She tells him she saw the piano and her boyfriend. He shows her the room, empty, says she's hallucinating. Back to the past, Sharon and the detective are getting close. He opens up that he knows the pain of losing someone. His brother didn't get him, took his own gun, and shot himself on his birthday. Present day, Sharon visits Cassandra, asks if she wants out. Cassandra says it's impossible. She shares they've burned her alive 3 times, and now she remembers how awful burning feels. She never wants that again. The doctor barges in, tells her to go to her room. Sharon sneaks his keys. A ward boy shows up, takes the doctor away. She shows Cassandra the keys. They can escape now. They rush to the doctor's office, search it, find a facility map, and snag some doctor clothes. They grab a box of serums, pocket one as proof for the cops outside. But the doctor and ward boy return, notice a serum's missing. The doctor hears a noise inside, finds it, grabs it. The girls are hiding there. Once they're gone, Sharon and Cassandra bolt. A doctor spots Cassandra's injured foot, realizes their patient's escaping, calls backup. Cassandra tells the docs if they come closer, she'll slit her throat. They try to grab her, but she does it, slashes her own neck. The doctors see Sharon got away. Sharon remembers the detective took her to church once for peace. That's where she fell for him, held his hand, and they ended up married. She makes it outside, but Shahi blocks her path, attacks. Another guy shows up, beats Shahi off, says he wants out too, so he'll tag along. Alarms blare. They hide in a room as doctors search. While hiding, the guy starts groping Sharon. Turns out his intentions are shady. She grabs a shard, stabs him in the privates, he drops, and she runs. She finds a door marked exit, tries all the keys, no luck. A doctor spots her, calls for help. Then the door clicks open. She dashes through to a jungle, spots a house where a couple's fighting. She bursts in, screams for help, but they ignore her. She sees a dark room, steps in, and bam, she's back in Nico's room. The doctor nooses her, hangs her, then drops her, saving her life barely, and pumps her with serum to heal. Once she's better, she asks the guy how he got here. He says he had a car accident, got admitted to a hospital, then woke up in this facility. She asks if his injuries were that bad. He says yeah, surviving the crash was a miracle. She probes if he's ever done anything wrong in life. He admits he's done tons of bad stuff but won't get into it. Flashback, Sharon and the detective at dinner, she tells him she's pregnant. He's over the moon, says it's the best news ever. Back present, Sharon visits Cassandra, now healed, asks if she's ever done wrong. Cassandra confesses, months ago at a meat farm, farmers were gonna slaughter 650 animals, to harvest organs and sell them. She wanted to save him, so she torched the whole farm. But the farmer and his wife were inside. They burned to death by accident, or was it? She regrets it deep, knew they were there, lit the fire anyway to make sure they didn't hurt more animals. Sharon asks how Cassandra got here. She ate poisonous mushrooms, ended up here. Sharon thinks, poisonous shrooms? No way she survives that. Car accident? He shouldn't have either. It hits her, they're all dead, this is hell. She admits to herself she killed Nico 10 years ago, strangled him, then staged it as suicide by hanging. She even confessed to her husband later. He told her to forget it. Sharon heads to the doctor's office, spots Dante's Inferno on his desk. That seals it, this is hell. She tells the doctor she's figured it out. In the book, hell tortures sinners then heals them to torture again. The doctor's impressed. No one's ever pieced it together before. She asks if he's Satan. He laughs, Satan's not real. He confesses he was a patient like her, a doctor who abused his degree, gave people wrong meds on purpose, killed tons. Got punished here, been since 1969. They used to overdose him for torture, then promoted him to doctor after a few years. Basically, long-timers become doctors. Newbies get tortured by ex-patients. Hell's made for this, reliving the bad karma you racked up on Earth over and over. Then another doctor grabs Sharon, drags her to Nico's room, tries to noose her. His mask slips, she sees it's Nico. He raped her or something twisted, got promoted to torturer. She begs forgiveness for killing him, says it was an accident, swears she loved him. She even loops the noose herself, tells him to hang her. But he forgives her, says he can't kill her. He promises to get her out. As he leads her away, the doctor blocks him, threatens to fry Nico alive in boiling oil if he rebels. Nico says he won't let Sharon die, punches the doctor out cold and hauls her forward. He pries open a door to Hell's Gates. Sharon sees lava below, a bridge forming over it. It starts crumbling as they cross, but she leaps to the other side. The demons snag Nico, drag him back for torture. Meanwhile, back in the real world, during surgery, Sharon's heart stopped. Her doctor buddy pumps her chest. Her breaths return just as she bursts through Hell's Gate. Her eyes flutter open to her real doctor, who says a miracle happened. She flatlined for 15 seconds, no idea how she pulled through. She checks her stomach, still bandaged from surgery. He assures her it went perfect, she'll heal soon. She thanks him, says those 15 seconds felt like 15 hours. Her husband and daughter rush in, thrilled she's alive. Days later, back home, Sharon Googles that doctor. Turns out he died 60 years ago, embroiled in a scandal for overdosing patients to death. She searches Cassandra. Died from mushroom poisoning. It clicks, they were dead, she went to hell and back because her heart stopped. She heads to the cemetery, lights a candle at Nico's grave, 'cause in a way he saved her. And with that, the movie wraps up, folks. So that's the story of this flick. It's built on such a unique concept. It portrays hell in this wild way, inspired straight from Dante's Inferno, where sinners get tortured, healed, and tortured again. It even shows how time flows different between hell and earth. A measly 15 seconds topside equals 15 hours down below. Sharon's heart stopped for just 15 seconds, but she endured 15 hours of hellish nightmare. What did you think of this concept, guys? Drop your thoughts in the comments below for sure. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that button and smack the bell icon for notifications. For more movie stuff, follow us on Telegram. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'll catch you in the next video.